It is recording.
All right, let me turn on my screen recording.
Okay.
All right. Ready to go?
Cool.
Okay. Well, just want to say thank you for stopping by and talking with me today. Before we begin, I just want to make sure you can hear me okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. And then is the audio quality okay? There's no like breakage when I talk or any kind of interruptions?
No, everything sounds good.
All right, great. I just want to let you know, so I am currently in my office right now. The door is closed. Nobody should be able to come in and hear a conversation or interrupt us. And I just want to make sure you also in a spot where you can um, talk without feeling, influenced by other people.
Yeah, I'm at home in my room. No one else is around.
Okay, all right, great. Just want to make sure. And then before we begin, is it okay to record our session?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right. And I can give you a copy if you'd like after this is over.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay, all right. And then before we kind of maybe get into more of a conversation, I do always have to talk about confidentiality. So basically, I'd like to let you know that whatever we say in the session, no one else is going to hear it. It stays between us. No one else will see this video. Basically, it protects your privacy. However, there are 3 situations where I will have to break confidentiality. One is if you express any kind of intent to harm yourself or others, I do have to report that. But I will let you know if I do have to report it to somebody. Another situation is if there is a court order that says I have to release information. The third one is just if you want me to share information with others, then you have to give me written consent to do that. But other than that, everything will stay private. Does that sound good to you?
What if my family calls you and asks questions? They want me to talk to you in the first place.
So if they do that, because unless you give me written permission, I cannot say anything to them because everything stays confidential. So yeah, if that happens, I have to tell them that I cannot share anything with them unless you give me written permission to do so.
Okay.
And then I'd just like to go over what people can kind of expect from a session. So sessions are usually about 45 minutes to an hour because, a lot of people schedule with me during the day. We kind of have to respect other people's time and kind of stay to that time limit. But again, we don't have to go to 45 minutes if that's too long for you or you don't feel like talking or whatever the case may be. And then the number of sessions can also vary depending on you. It's really up to you how much you want to do and how much you want to talk.
How many sessions do people usually do?
It kind of depends on insurance. I'd say the average is maybe about 7, but everyone's different. And if you feel like you need to go over 7 sessions, that's perfectly fine. If you want to go under, nothing's weird about that either. So yeah, again, it just varies from person to person. But if there's issues with insurance, we'll have to work that out.
Okay.
Do you have any more questions?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Great. So earlier you said your family wanted you to come here. What do you think that is?
I think they just want me to do more.
Okay. They want you to do more. Can you explain what they mean by that?
I don't do much anymore. I don't really go out or anything since I had to leave my job.
Okay. And then how long has it been since you've left your job?
About 6 months.
Okay, so not too long ago.
No, not really.
Would you mind telling me why you left your job?
I recently got diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I've been in pain for many years, but it's gotten worse this year. I had to leave.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry about your diagnosis. I imagine that's very difficult to deal with.
I'm just glad they could diagnose it, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes giving it a name kind of helps, with the whole process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before people just assumed I was over-exaggerating my pain.
Yeah, that can be a major issue for a lot of people, and I think that probably has to be very frustrating. Sometimes people just assume it's all our fault when we experience something, and They don't take into account outside factors.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. So you said your family wants you to do more. How do you feel about that when that's kind of expressed to you?
I don't think they understand my condition.
Okay. What don't you think they understand?
They think I'm being lazy or something.
Have they kind of directly said that?
No, but they're always getting on my case that I should be doing more.
Okay. Um, can you like tell me more who the they is when you talk about that?
My whole family, my sisters, my mom, but mostly my wife.
Your wife?
Yeah, Shannon. Almost every day she asks me what my plan is for the day. She wants me to have something planned every day.
You not like when she does that?
I just can't always make plans because I can't always predict when my flare-ups.
Yeah, that's understandable. So it sounds like you're frustrated because your family has these expectations of you, but they don't know what it's like to be in pain and to not know when the pain is coming.
Yeah, I think they think I can just take a Tylenol and move on.
But you can't because the pain is much worse than that.
Much worse. Some days I can't even get out of bed.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's very understandable why you can't do much then. Completely, yeah. Um so you kind of told me, like your family's expectations of what you should be doing. But I'd like to kind of get insight, like, do you have any goals you would like to work on?
I don't know, I just kind of want the pain to go away.
Okay. Can you tell me what you've tried to help the pain?
I've tried everything.
Everything?
Pain pills, acupuncture, the whole 9 yards.
And nothing has helped at all?
Nope, nothing.
Okay. Yeah, that's very frustrating, but I am glad you've tried to seek solutions to your problem. That's a good first step.
Yeah, but what's the point if nothing works?
Yeah, I mean, it's very frustrating when it seems like nothing has worked yet. And I'm sure that probably makes you feel like there isn't any solution to something you're struggling with every day. And when it seems like there's no solution, sometimes it's very easy to lose hope.
Yeah, I just don't know what else to do.
Yeah. Um, well, I mean, with your permission, I would kind of like to see if maybe during the session we can kind of find some solutions together, or at least think about some things.
I can't imagine there'd be any other solutions. I mean, if pain meds don't work, what else will? I can't stop something wrong with my body.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good point. I mean, you have tried a lot of things and things have not started to work yet. And it's true that you're suffering from something that's maybe more biological. So something that happens in your body and you can't always predict it. And that's kind of out of your control.
Mm.
Um, but at the same time, I know you said, you came here because others in your life wanted you to do more. And you specifically mentioned your wife Shannon wants you to quote, do more. But I kind of want to see maybe if there's a specific goal you might have, and it can be really simple, like just something that you can change in your daily life.
I don't really know where to start.
Well, okay, well, what I like to do usually with people is I like to get an idea of your situation. So if you could just describe like a typical day to me, like when you get up, what activities you usually do, just kind of maybe if you can, just take me through an average day for you.
Okay.
And then do you mind if I write anything down? Well, obviously these notes will not be shared with anyone.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, I try to get up early around 7 a.m. since it's usually when my wife gets up to get ready for work. We usually eat breakfast together, she leaves, and I try to stay and read the newspaper or watch TV. I'm usually in so much pain that I just lay on the couch for a while. Sometimes I
Okay.
drift off to sleep and then wake up around lunchtime. And then I try to eat something and then try to do my best to do daily cleaning chores like dishes, vacuuming, maybe some yard work. My wife has to work full-time to support us since I was diagnosed, so I try to take care of the yard work for her. After that, I might go grocery shopping to get some stuff for dinner, or I'll lay down again. Then I'll cook dinner. My wife usually comes home, we eat together, sometimes watch TV for a bit, and go to bed early.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you for telling me that. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I mean, that's a typical day for me since I left my job.
Okay. Can you tell me more about that when you left your job?
My job, okay. Well, I was a postal worker, really loved it. I liked being out and about on my feet all day, but the pain got worse and was just unbearable. I quit a little over a year ago.
Okay. So it sounds like you like being on your feet and being really active.
Yeah, I've just never been good just sitting all day.
Okay, yeah. Um, so I guess maybe if you could, would you still try to be on your feet for a good portion of the day since that's something you enjoy?
I can try, yeah, I just can't do much.
Yeah, that's understandable. But you said you really loved your job.
Yeah, it was good pay, good hours. Everyone I worked with was friendly, kind too. It's kind of hard for him to say goodbye.
Yeah. One moment. Just give me 1 second. I'm having problems with
Okay.
my. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's yeah, that sounds like a really great job. Um, I so it sounds like it's not only something you maybe enjoy, but something that was like a really good source of social connection as well.
It was. It hasn't been the same not seeing my coworkers every day. You think I would have gotten used to it after a year.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to kind of remember, like there's not always a time limit on, getting used to things. Everyone just adjusts to their own pace. And, you did lose something that was very close to you. So, everyone just kind of, moves at their own speed.
That's what Shannon says too.
She sounds very supportive for saying that.
She is. I can't thank her enough for taking on working full time as well as doing a lot of the errands I used to do.
Yeah. Um, I mean, it sounds like you're very grateful for Shannon's efforts during this kind of transition for you. Is there something that you would like to be different for your life outside of maybe Shannon's goals?
I'd like to be able to feel more productive during the day, I guess. I hate that I have to take so many breaks and sleep.
Yeah. Okay. So would you say maybe a goal is you would like to be on your feet more during the day?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how, since how is that going to be possible since I can't control when the pain flares up again?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is a good point. And sometimes when something happens to your body without your consent, it seems like you just have no control.
I have no control. The pain just comes. I didn't ask for it.
No, you're right. Yeah, you didn't ask for it. But I wonder, is there like, have you ever noticed that it gets worse during some situations more than others?
Not really. I mean, it hurts more when I'm up and moving a lot.
Okay, so that's one thing. So when your body maybe reacts more intensely when you're being more active.
Yeah, which is why it's so frustrating to get anything done. I want to do more, but I just can't.
What specifically do you want to do more of?
Just work around the house, I guess. Being able to go out more without constantly being in fear of pain would be better.
Okay, so you would like to be able to get more housework done, but you would also maybe like to go out on social occasions. Is that correct?
Yeah, I really would.
Okay. I think those are really great goals, and I really appreciate you being, very open and honest with me. I kind of wonder if sometimes, it kind of helps if we just like kind of focus on one goal before kind of taking on more.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Okay. So maybe we can think of like maybe one goal we can do for the next week or so. And, like it can be something really small. Like maybe you just want to be able to, I know you mentioned housework, maybe you want to just be able to wash the dishes for 5 minutes more than you have been. We can just start really, really small.
I don't know what I really want to do more specifically. I just want to feel more productive during the day. I can't work, so I just want to feel like I can at least do something helpful.
Yeah, yeah, that's understandable. A lot of us really want to feel helpful and feel like we're being, contributing something. And I think, that's a really good starting point because you have a great drive to do work during the day. Sometimes if we're forced to leave a job or something that made us feel very productive, we kind of feel like, well, I can't do anything else. But I think that is really, really good that you're starting with a strong drive.
I guess in some ways I'm just trying to reduce the guilt I feel for Shannon having to work full time in order to support us. I hate the idea that she has to do all the work now because of me.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's really hard when, you're used to you're used to being the one who brings home the money.
Yeah.
But I mean, you did say yourself, like, you're not necessarily doing all the work. You're trying to help out when you can.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I'm doing enough.
Has she ever said that you're not doing enough?
No, not at all. She actually said that she likes working more because it keeps her engaged. I just don't want her to get overwhelmed.
Okay, yeah. But has she actually said she's overwhelmed?
No, not that I can remember.
Okay. Has she ever maybe like shown signs of being overwhelmed? Like maybe she seems like she's more stressed out, or she says things like, I don't have time to relax, things like that.
Mm, Not that I can think of. From what I can tell, she seems like she always has time to watch TV with me in the evening and relax. On the weekends, she goes out with her friends and does other activities. She doesn't seem too overwhelmed.
Okay, well, that's a good start. So it sounds like she has to work more, but maybe she's kind of dealing with it okay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. I'm just, just kind of trying to open up discussion. Do you think it's maybe possible that because you feel like you're not doing enough, that comes from maybe your own expectations, or do you think that comes from Shannon?
Uh, I guess probably me. Yeah, I feel so guilty.
Okay. Well, I mean, the good news is like we have the power to change our own expectations of ourselves. So, I mean, so far it seems like you've done a really good job of recognizing the way in which this condition has challenged you. But you also have a strong drive to complete more, which is, it's very helpful. That'll be really good for the future. I wonder if, now we can just kind of bring down expectations a little so we can focus on one goal that's attainable for you, and maybe just try to focus on smaller changes that we can do and tackle first. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, but I still don't even know where to start.
Okay. So how would you feel about making a list? Sometimes that's a kind of a good way to start. We can just kind of take a few minutes and think about, what you do during the day. And then as you think about your day, kind of from morning to night, maybe list some things that you would like to get done, but then list beside it what keeps you from doing it.
Okay.
I can do like a little demo if that's helpful at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so like maybe if I start with a goal like I want to wash dishes. So that's something I want to do, and maybe I want to do that in the morning. But then the problem is I can't stand, and that's due to pain. So it kind of just gives you a layout of, this is what I want to do and I can't do it. This is the action that's keeping me from doing it, and the cause is the pain. So do you think you understand it a little better?
Yeah, I think I understand it.
Okay. So we can just kind of spend the rest of the time kind of reflecting on that. Don't feel constrained by time. Just take as much time as you want to kind of think through the list.
Okay.
So from your list, it looks like you have several activities that you want to do in a given day, but there are a lot of things that are preventing that. The answer you kind of usually list when you're talking about what's preventing you is pain.
Yeah, that's the main issue.
Okay. So kind of looking at that list, what do you think would be the one thing you would most like to do, but it seems like the pain is preventing you from doing it?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I mean, you can just take a few minutes to think about it. Another way to think about it is if one thing changed, if you could do that one thing on that list, it would feel like you could just do more during the day. Because I know you said you would like to do more.
I guess I wish I had more control over when I take my naps.
Okay. How do you think that would help?
Well, I like to do the yard work and chores earlier in the day. Instead, I feel like I have to sleep during most of the afternoon and then try to get all my stuff done in the afternoon, so I feel like the day wasn't wasted.
Okay. Do you think it's possible that you're maybe trying to do too much in the afternoon?
Yeah, and then it seems like I don't get everything I want to get done because I'm trying to do so much in the afternoon and I get tired out easily.
Yeah, I mean, would you say like, do you have more flare-ups in the afternoon?
Yeah, it's kind of like a cycle. The pain starts to come, and I really want to finish my tasks in the yard, so I push myself, but then the pain gets more intense and eventually gets so bad I have to lay down.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I imagine that's a very frustrating experience. I wonder if maybe we can like adjust the amount of activity you do at a time and rework that so you can kind of control when you take naps.
Yeah, I guess maybe I could break my work up into small increments and take naps in between so I don't try to do as much as once.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. That way you're kind of taking back some of the control instead of, kind of feeling you just have to follow what your body is saying.
Hmm.
Um, would you be okay with maybe trying to form like a plan for the next week and doing that?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Okay. Um, what I like to do with clients is sometimes it helps if we kind of write out what you hope to do in your daily schedule, and what that will look like once you move around your resting times to the ones you want. So we can just kind of get more of a visual.
Okay.
All right. And then, so we kind of, we've kind of established a schedule. How do you feel about the schedule you've made?
Um, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I like the idea of setting timers and only allowing myself to do activities on my feet for a certain amount of time.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
Um, I feel like I can also control when I lay down by creating a set time for naps and relaxing in my schedule.
Okay. Yeah. I do think that is a really good plan so far. And I just want to say, like, I really like that you took a lot of initiative and you've done a really good job recognizing the positive changes you can make by adjusting those times and kind of giving yourself a limit in work and not feeling like you have to do all this. Just kind of, it's okay to just have a set time, do as much work as you can in that time, and then kind of, um, go do what you said you were going to do in your plan. Are there maybe any concerns you have?
My fear is that my condition just seems so unpredictable sometimes.
Yeah, and I can see how that would, maybe make it hard for you to keep a schedule. Um, do you think maybe something we can do throughout the course of the next week, that is, if you want to meet again, is we can kind of take kind of notes of any problems you're having throughout the week as you try to do the schedule, and then maybe we can address some fixes we can make.
Yeah, sure, I like that.
Okay, great. So we're actually kind of getting close to the end of our session. And before we kind of go, I just want to let you know I like to get feedback on all of my sessions. If something's working for you, not working, if you feel like this wasn't helpful, I really like to know your honest opinion. So because we're doing this virtually, I'll be sending you the session rating scale after the end of this, and it's only like 4 questions long. I just appreciate if you would fill that out.
Hmm.
And then, so just to review, I think you said you were going to try to adjust what time you take naps during the day, and then limit yourself to maybe 20 minutes of yard work using a timer. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Yeah. And just feel free to take note of emotions and thoughts that were going through your head as you attempt to make these changes. Um, again, like, don't feel constrained that if you don't feel like you have to meet this goal, and if you're not doing it, you failed or anything. our goal this week is just to try to make some changes and see if they work. And if they don't, we can come back and we can make a new plan. So don't feel pressured by that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're kind of at the end of our session. Would you be interested in meeting for another session in the coming weeks?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to meet. Yeah.
Okay. What time would work best for you?
Probably the same time as today.
Okay. How would you feel about 2 weeks from today?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. All right. I will mark it down on my calendar. And, if you need to reschedule a different time, just reach out. We can, that's adjustable. Is there anything else you would like me to know before the other session?
Nope, I don't think so.
All right. Well, I'm really glad you came and talked with me today. I appreciate your openness and honesty. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye.